Hey, folks, welcome back to Simple Cooking with Eric. And what is the holiday without a good decadent dessert? So what I'm going to put together for dessert for the 4th of July. Once again, I'm tongue twisting you all. Help me out. What I'm going to put together is a chocolate decadent rum cake. And I'm going to bake it in a tube pan. And you can bake it in, this batter calls for 3 9-inch cake round, but I'm going to bake it in a tube pan. And the ingredients are 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 1½ cup of buttermilk, ½ cup of vegetable oil, 5 eggs, 1½ cup of baking cocoa, unsweetened baking cocoa. Over here, we have a 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1½ teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of baking soda. Also over here, we have a tablespoon of butter flavor, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of rum flavor. And this rum is made, really rum extract. It was made with real rum, real Jamaican rum. When I went to Jamaica last year, I brought back an entire case of Jamaican flavor rum. And I'm going to show you a little of it, if I can get some light. But a whole of the Jamaican rum, as you can see, straight from Jamaica. And this is coffee rum cream. It's almost like the Bailey cream, but I bought a whole case back from Jamaica. And I bought the strongest Jamaican rum that they made. And that's what that rum flavor was made out of. Also, what I'm going to be using also is a tablespoon of chocolate liqueur flavor. And I made this also. And all I took to make this, I took some chocolate flavored vodka and I added some chocolate tequila, flavored tequila. And then I added some real cocoa beans. And I also added some espresso powder. So one day I would do a video to tell you how to make this chocolate flavor. Okay, so once again, let's go over the ingredients. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ cup of buttermilk, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 3 cups of granulated sugar, 1½ cup of baking cocoa powder, 5 eggs, 1½ teaspoon of salt, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of baking soda, a tablespoon of chocolate flavored liqueur, 2 tablespoons of rum flavor that I made, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and a tablespoon of butter flavor. So let's get to make the cake. And remember, your eggs and your buttermilk should be at room temperature. So what we're going to do first, we're going to take our dry ingredients. We have our 3 cups of flour, our 3 cups of sugar, 1½ cup of cocoa powder, we have our 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1½ teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon. And what we're going to do, we're going to whisk that together. And also, what I forgot to tell you what we need also. Remember, 1½ cup of hot black coffee. 1½ cup of hot black coffee. And as you can see over here, I just made it so that it will be fresh. cup and a half of black coffee. Wow, I almost forgot. So we're going to whisk this together. You're going to preheat your oven to 325. 325. And you're going to, and if you're doing it in a tool pan, you want to let it bake for about 50 minutes. In a 9-inch layer pans, cake pan, 40 minutes. And then you want to check it, and you know, everybody know to do the toothpick check. When you insert the toothpick. Now what I'm going to do is come over here. What I want to do, I'm going to sift. I'm all over the place, you all, bear with me. I'm going to sift the dry ingredients, and then I'm going to add it to our mixer. So all I'm going to do, and this is just to make sure no lumps. And I'm not using cake flour. Remember, this is all-purpose flour. Simple, very simple. And if you ain't got a sifter, go to the Dollar Tree, dollar store. They sell these. You can go to the dollar store and get you one of these. You ain't got to get no fancy sifter. Like I said, you know, simple utensil. And you go to the dollar store and buy a set of measuring spoons, a set of measuring cup, a liquid measuring cup. The dollar store sell a lot of things. Especially for people that are beginning to want to cook, beginning to learn how to cook. I got my nephew. He's filming today. My daughter ain't coming to film it, but my nephew doing it today. So if it ain't no good job, his name is Terrence Chambers. If it ain't no good job, when you comment on him. If you don't know what he's doing. So once again, I'm sifting this. And listen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and get all your family and friends and whoever you know to like and share and to subscribe to the channel. And also leave a comment, whether good or bad. Just don't be ignorant or harsh. You know, I know I can improve in a lot of areas. You know, just getting started, so I have to iron out the kinks. And you see why, if you can get in there, you can see the lumps in the chocolate, why it's good to sift. You know, okay, so now we're going to come over to our mixer. Let me see. I'm going to add all the dry ingredients into the mixer. And you can use a hand mixer or whisk. And I'm going to put this on low. And then get a little twirl. Now, I'm going to add our wet ingredients. 5 eggs. A cup and a half, 1.5 cup of buttermilk. A tablespoon of chocolate extract. 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. 2 tablespoons of rum flavor. And a tablespoon tablespoon of butter flavor. I'm telling you, I'm trying to remember all this in my mind when I'm doing. I have a cup of vegetable oil and a cup and a half of hot coffee. Was that a cup and a half? Yeah, but I need glasses, you know, to see. So we're just gonna give it a little wiggle in. And we're gonna we don't want to over mix it, but we don't want the cake to be dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scrape down the bowl. You don't want it to be dry, but trust me, this is a very good chocolate cake. And I'm going to tell you what I did. I took a basic chocolate cake recipe and I tweaked it. Like I said, everybody got a recipe, but the recipe came from, all recipes that came from somebody else. Believe me, and a lot of times people just are tweaking you. You work on a recipe for so long, you test it and you test it and you continue to test it until you get it right. And I have tested this recipe until I got it right. I tweaked it. I didn't like the results when I made it like the site that I got it from. And I wanted a little bit more moisture and flavorful cake, and so I just kept tweaking it until I got it right. And what I'm doing, I'm making sure all the dry ingredients get mixed. And then I'm gonna give it a good mix. And anybody can make. And another thing, a lot of recipes that say, "Oh, we use the best of chocolate, the best of this." Let me tell you something. You can use generic ingredients. You just got to know how to enhance the flavors in it. So it's nothing fancy here. No fancy ingredients. No expensive ingredients. No expensive ingredients. I use just basic, everyday ingredients. I think the cocoa powder comes from is Aldi brand. For those that live in the Chicagoland area, we have a store called Aldi. I think a lot of states have Aldi, but the cocoa powder was an Aldi brand. The flour was great value from Walmart. And let me tell you, if you're really into baking, somebody told me they don't use nothing but Domino sugar. Let me tell you something. I have not found any of it to be different. Pillsbury flour is just like great value flour. I have not seen the difference. And maybe I just don't know the difference, but people go and spend all that money. I had somebody say, "Oh, they don't use nothing but Land of Lake butter." Okay. And how's butter? Look, now I can't get the how's butter is, you'll use something. What is going on? I'm trying to be professional, you all, and can't get the doggone. I don't know what I'm doing. I never had this problem trying to get the. Let me go outside and get the pat off. The pat off, but it was people. I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't see how to take the doggone pat off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this tube and give it a good spray. Either you can flour and grease, and I do that sometimes, but this is quick. Like I said, I got a late start today, getting dinner ready for the holiday. What, ladybug or something? We get that on me? Huh? It's like some affluent ladybug or something. What the devil? I tell y'all, I live, every time I go outside, ladybugs and, what do you call those things? Ladybugs and, there's all kind of insects out there. Cause I live not far, I live by the beach, and there's a lot of water, and a lot of insects in it. That's why we're not going to even be outside today, because it's so hot here in Indiana. And, you know, we had a lot of rain and stuff, so I didn't even feel like cleaning the yard up or whatever. So we're going to be here under the good air. We're going to eat good and maybe do a little karaoke and just be still somewhere. But anyway, back to this cake. So I'm putting it in here, and I'm going to put it in the oven for maybe about 50 minutes. Give it a little tap. As you know, that the batter is supposed to be this loose. And I'll show you the result when I finish. So until then, be blessed, like, share, subscribe, and view. And please share this video with all your family and friends and tell them to do the same. And remember, if you want to see me make anything, give me the challenge. I'm up for the challenge. I can make a lot of things, and I can comprehend very well. I might can't speak well, but I do comprehend well. Love you. Be blessed. Enjoy your holiday. Out.